going to do. The audience has been very patient, and they have done a great job with bringing up some issues that some I knew that they were going to talk about because we saw their emails, some we did not, and I appreciate that. These folks over here have been patient, and here's what I want to do. I've been driving this, trying to get to as many of the pertinent subjects that we knew we wanted to talk about tonight, because those were the largest number of questions that came in when we asked for them. But if anybody in this section has a question right here, why don't you stand up, come right over here, and tell me what it is, free for all, for the next few minutes before we wrap up, because we're almost out of time. Tell me
like
your
the
name,
Daily
please.
Double.
That's right.
My name is Guadalupe Grau, and talking about the 10 million family, I am representing the Hispanic community, and one of my issues is right now the immigration reform that President Obama is pushing for, and I just need to know where is your position in counting that my community is one of the big labor forces on agriculture or construction, and those are some of the fields in the industry that is struggling right now. And my community wants to be active and wants to participate in the state as well. And we just need to have your position and to be able to work as good citizens as well.
Well, I appreciate that. Actually, I put out a press release last week or the week before, and I did it 2 days after the bipartisan group of senators came out with their proposal. So they came out with a proposal on, I forgot whether it was on Monday or Tuesday. President Obama came out the next day. I came out the next day. And in that press release, I said I was supportive of what that bipartisan group of senators wanted to do. About designing a long-term legal solution to the situation, because our current situation is not sustainable. We need to do several things. We need to secure our borders better. We need to get employers under a system of compliance with E-Verify that actually works right. We need to help address people and say, is there a way that if you've got good law-abiding people, they can get somehow in the system, if they're paying their taxes back, they're going through the process, where they have an opportunity to be in this country legally. In particular, in Michigan, it is a big thing. We have got a great Hispanic community.
Yes.
The other thing in particular is our agricultural sector is critically important. And I'll give you the easiest illustration, because I usually use this one. It's not directly to any group, but the most classic illustration of how dumb our current system is we have a system today where we have many kids come in to get their master's or PhD degrees to our universities, to Grand Valley or any of the great Western, any of the great universities around here. They come in and they get their degree, and then we tell them to get out. That's really dumb, because they would stay and create jobs. So the real question is how do we get a long-term solution to really focus in on that?
And that is correct. Yeah, we have right now a big group right now that has been approved for the citizen, well, not the citizenship, but it's the worker program. They have 2 years to stay in the country legally, and they were not able to drive. Finally, they were approved for the driver's licenses, and they can work now and drive as well. They don't have access to education as well, but anyways, we are trying to participate as much as we can, and that can be one of the links as well to stop the violence, because if we segregate communities, that's creating hate, and it's not the guns that is killing the people, it's not the other causes. Basically, it's just the hate that we're creating with each other.
Yeah, well, I hope you have a chance. We'll be happy to get you a copy, but I think I'm one of the few political people in the country that came out and said it's great to see bipartisanship working together with a great group of senators trying to get a long-term solution to this.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your question. Governor, it seems only fair to me that you've been good enough to stand here for an hour and talk to folks. We're going to have one more question. Anybody who hasn't asked a question, Governor, you pick, and I'll go to him and get the question for you.
Well, this gentleman here has been very diligent.
All right, sir, give me your name, please.
Preston Hicks. I'm with the Global Food Protection Institute in Battle Creek, Michigan. Thanks for being here this evening. The Institute is dedicated to improving public health by providing food safety training to regulators and to the industry. My question regards workforce capacity building, economic development, and Michigan's robust and growing ag sector and the food sector. I think, well, I read recently that you've charged the Department of Ag with markedly increasing the number of jobs. I think it was 10%, and that's about 90,000 jobs. My question is, and I'll be brief,
because we've got to move on.
Would you share with me your vision for workforce capacity building and increasing Michigan's supply of talent for the food and agriculture sector?
Thank you, sir.
Great, important question, and what the work you're doing in that organization is great. I'm proud to have it in Michigan, doing well. You heard a lot about skilled trade training. I mentioned how we're trying to encourage more engineers. Those are critically important. Actually, in the budget today, we had a program to talk about doing more value-added food processing here in Michigan, about working with our research universities, Michigan State and other places, partnering with the ag community to say, we'll provide collaborative dollars if they can come up with good programs to do that research and development that can lead to more value-added processing. Because we are a great commodity growing state, the second most diverse state in the nation. And we have too much of our processing, even with the great companies we have, go out of state. So let's have that value-added processing go here. It's jobs, it's results. Ag's got a bright future. I'm really fired up for the ag sector in Michigan.
Governor, we have come to the end of another discussion, but I'd like to ask you to take 60 seconds, maybe a little longer, explain what you believe is important about this meeting, what was important about your budget presentation today, and where we go from here. About 60 seconds.
Well, thanks, Rick. Again, thank you to all of you. You're my customer. And I love events like this for two reasons. One, I get to learn from you. Your questions actually give me insight into what's on your mind and what's important to you. The second thing is, and hopefully you saw that in a number of cases, is you may not have had all the information or all the facts, and it's a chance to really hear it sort of from the horse's mouth, and I hope you're thinking about that part of the horse in terms of having this discussion, because it's really how to have a dialogue and to get you up to speed on these things, because Michigan is the comeback state. I grew up in the state. I love the state. But too often when we come out of a recession, we go back to the same old bad habits and muck it up again. That's not going to happen this time, because let's do a new way of doing things about working together, relentless positive action. No blame, no credit. Let's just solve the problems and keep going and create that bright future for our kids. The budget's doing that. A lot of other good things. Speak up to these fine representatives about transportation funding, why we need it, Medicaid expansion, early childhood. It's time to go. And with that, I guess it is time to go probably, Rick. Thank you.
Very close. Governor, thank you very much for your time. I want to say just a quick note before we leave here. We're going to get an update on the weather in a little bit, and I want you to stay tuned to 24-Hour News 8 tonight at 10 and 11, because a lot of these folks who didn't get to talk will be talking with some of our reporters. We'll have a complete report on this show. But one of the things that I wanted to say before we got out of here tonight is that this process for us started about 10 years ago with Governor Jennifer Granholm. She came here and we hosted one of our first town hall meetings with the governor. Over that period of time, both Governor Granholm and Governor Snyder have been kind enough to come here, talk with you, take your questions, answer anything that was asked of them. I've worked with governors in a lot of states over a lot of years, more years than I'm going to talk about, and I find this a unique opportunity for the people of Michigan to have that kind of access, be it to a Democrat or a Republican, but to their elected officials. So Governor, thank you, and vis-a-vis thank Governor Granholm for her participation in these, and thank you for watching. We continue to make sure we bring you the most important information, things that matter to you, to your family. It's your money, it's your voice, it's the state of Michigan, and we're all in it together. Thanks for being with us, and good night, everybody.